Hello, beautiful and beloved ones. This is Lorelei from the Tightrope to 5D Music Reactions, and Happy New Year! We're coming up on that now. How wonderful! I hope 2026 will be awesome for you. And by the way, if you welcome, by the way, and if you want to know about this historic shift from third dimensional consciousness to fifth dimensional consciousness, that's what my name is about. Stick around to the end. I'm going to give you a special message on that. But first, we're going to start with DIMASH QUDAIBERGEN, Fly Away. Here we go. Look at that crowd he brings in. Here we go.
Far away, all my troubles far away. Fly away, close my eyes and fly away. You say I was better running high. You say run away, it's not so hard.
Well, he's always ever the showman, isn't he? Always the spectacular lights, and now we got these dancers behind him. Look at the, I mean, the imagery of it is just extraordinary. He always blows us away with this. By the way, friends, don't forget I have my member tiers, which I'm furiously putting stuff in for you. So check out the video on that. See if you might want to come join me and become a member. Let's continue.
Think about the need to be loved. Everybody needs to be loved anyway. Why we have to lie every day? Why we need to stay if you don't want to stay? Set me free, I want to fly away. You really think you know me? You really think you know? I'll fly away to find my way. Set me free, I want to fly away.
So we're talking about flying away from a relationship here then. That's what I get. Like the relationship is controlling, or it's constricting him and so forth, and the want or the need or the desire to fly away. Have you had that experience, guys? I mean, I think it's very human, right? To feel like there's imperfection out there in other beings, right? When we're in a relationship, and then there can be that feeling of being controlled or constricted or whatever. So put it in the comments if you felt that. And by the way, give me a like if you're enjoying this, and give him a like afterwards. The video's always in the notes. And subscribe, then you don't miss anything. Let's continue.
Everybody needs to be loved anyway. Why we have to lie every day? Why we need to stay if you don't want to stay? Set me free, I want to fly away.
Okay, so let me take that back. It sounds like he wants to have the one he's with fly away with him. So he's flying away from, I guess, the craziness of the world and life and all of that, and get away from all of that. I thought it was a relationship at the beginning, but now it looks like from what he said, because he wants the one to go with him. So interesting. says that. He says, do you really think you know me? Do you really think you know? And I'll fly away. So now I'm confused because one minute he wants this one to fly away with him. Now he says, do you think you know me? I'm a little confused. Put it in the comments. Try to clear up my confusion.
Set me free, I want to fly away. Nobody can control me. I'm looking for something more. I will fly away to find my way.
Some like kind of robotic humans here. Huh. That was interesting. He just ended-
Димаш, QUDAIBERGEN.
I was expecting him to go into something more, but he just ended with those kind of people being robotic humanoids or whatever they were being. So that was interesting. I mean, always his singing is good. Always his pageantry is amazing. He's got a message here. You know, I think the core message, just the need to fly away, whatever you're flying from, is like so human. You know what I'm saying? So, but if we want to put that on the scale, like 1 being very third dimensional, fear, pain, sadness, anger, and 10 being very fifth dimensional, love, peace, joy, bliss, and contentment up there, you know, there's this one is like talking about a situation of feeling constricted. So that's really third dimensional, whatever it may be that he's constricted by. Okay. That's very third dimensional. And yet he wants to fly away and leave that. So that's very fifth dimensional, because you don't hang around in fifth dimension in anything that might be uncomfortable in any way, shape, or form. In fact, that's why the higher beings don't come down here to hang out with us, because this is very uncomfortable to be in a third dimensional frequency and vibration. They don't want anything to do with that. So you know, so that's fifth dimensional. And so, yeah, it's definitely pulling us that direction. Not all the way there yet, but say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say this is like, in terms of how much it pulls us to the higher realms, like a 7.5 I go with on this one. But very extraordinary, like artistry, just quite extraordinary. He stays in character, whatever this kind of character that that he's devised for himself with the hat and the white suit and everything else. He stays in character every moment, which is, you know, me, the actress in me, because my first degree was in theater, is very appreciative of that. Really, really. So, great job by Dimash. Thank you. Dimash, I should say. Dimash QUDAIBERGEN. We love you. We appreciate you. Okay, so let me get back to this, by the way. By the way, if you'd like to know a little bit about me, you can go to the About Me video here on this channel, which leads you to a little longer video about my Forged in the Fire journey of the third dimension in my younger life. And also you can look in the notes for About Lorelei on Patreon for some of the things I've created. But boy, you know, he always takes us on a journey every time, doesn't he? So I actually sort of picked my fifth dimension. By the way, if you'd like to also contribute to me at this wonderful season of Christmas, that is most welcome. I appreciate those of you who have given me, buy me a coffee, or super thanks here on this site, or else on my page. You can also go there, and people have done so, and I thank you and appreciate that. So that's a way you can contribute at this season if you'd like to. So let's get to the fifth dimensional message, which I sort of handpicked 5D, and the need and the desire to escape or be free. I'm going to put that in here because I think that's important coming from this video. I just had to add that tag phrase. So 5D and the desire to escape or be free. You see, you can kind of see in this song his desire to get to a higher place, a higher frequency, a higher vibration. That's the desire to be free. You know, we have like in our spirit, like it's part of us, like who we are. You cannot constrict us. You cannot try to control us. We are divine sparks of the Creator with complete autonomy. And if you try to constrict us or control us or box us in, it's not going to be pretty. Okay? That's human beingism, but it's human beingism like that knows, like some core level of us knows that we were given complete and utter freedom by the creator of everything. And if anybody tries to constrict that, it's not going to be, it won't be nice, because we're going to fight for that. That's why this entire country of the USA was created. We were going to fight for our freedom, our divine God-given right to freedom. And we all have it, and we all fight for it, if you notice. If you've been around people, parents, siblings, whoever tries to sort of control you, you will balk against it. Did you ever notice that's what you're fighting against? Don't do it. It doesn't matter if you have a good point that, maybe I should do things a different way or whatever, but do not try to control me. Do not try to convince me. Do not try to push me or force me or manipulate me. No, not going to fly with divine sparks of God. That's the most important thing that we have, the most important gift from the Creator. Because the fact is, if we didn't have that, whenever we came into being from the great Creator, like as a part of the great Creator, or what you might call breaking off of the great Creator, if we didn't have our divine free will, we wouldn't even be separate. We wouldn't even have an identity at all. We'd just be a part of the Creator, which is a wonderful thing in some ways, but it's missing us being able to literally exist as separate from the Creator. So this fight for our freedom and the desire to just be free, that's so kind of ingrained in us, and it is a fifth dimensional thing because we have that intact when we get to 5D and higher. We always have it intact. We just don't feel like we have it intact. So that's one little piece of this desire to be free, which he kind of brings up, which is how that applies to fifth dimension, because it really is who we are. And then there's this other thing, is like the desire to escape. We've had a lot of us here on this plane, we have a desire to escape. Like we feel like there's a lot of muck and mire here, there's just a lot of yuckiness, and we want to just escape to a higher place. We want to get ourselves to a higher place, and we're going to give that place a name right now, because I think it's what it really is that fifth dimensional place where there's love, where there's brotherhood, where there's peace on earth, where there's harmony, where there's freedom to do what you want, where there's joy, where you can express yourself, and that's a part of this song too, a desire to get to a higher place in our living, in our state of living, or in our consciousness, in our frequency. And it could be named. We have an innate desire to get to the fifth dimension, because that's what that higher place is. It's harmony, it's peace, it's freedom, it's creativity, it's do what you want, when you want, how you want, and everybody has what they need, and everybody lives in love and joy. You see, we have a desire to escape, so to speak, to get to that place, right? If you can relate to what I'm saying, I want you to put it in the comments, okay? If you know what I mean here, we have that ingrained in us desire to get to that higher place. And if you look at the many lives of human beings, what this game of life is all about, life after life after life after life, it's all about we as a game, we went down to a low vibration. And as a game, we're looking to raise up in frequency, like as a spirit and a soul, right? But, that's the game we're playing. So it is ingrained in us. Even if we don't know it, we just naturally look to try to do that, okay? And that's coming out in this song too. So in that sense, it's got a lot of high vibration going on in it. Here's the thing, though. What we call... some of us are deemed what we call this light worker or this light warrior. Those of us like Dimash is, I'm sure, people who are bringers of the light to the earth. When we want to escape, it can be a little bit problematic, because we actually came here to help with this transition. Dimash did. Many of the singers that are really high vibrational, I'm sure they did, whether they know it or not. And many of the people who know we're on the path to 5D, we know we came here to help with this transition. So the desire to escape and get out of this muck and mire and back to the higher realms, yes, it's very real, it's very human, it's very normal, but it's also, for us to actually do that doesn't provide for us to help others. So for instance, if I just right now escape, you don't get to have all my videos about fifth dimension, right? And you don't get that information, you see? So so there's that which kind of keeps us coming back and coming back and coming back. Now, at some point, the first wave of the people moving up to 5D will happen, and I plan to be on it, so you're not going to see me after that. You won't see those videos, but hopefully these videos stay on here so that you can come to them as an archive, and you can send your friends and all of that. I'm hoping that that does happen when I move to the higher vibrations, because at that point, hey, I'm done. I'm off and out, guys. Over and out. But yes, for now, I like resist this, desire to sort of escape, if you will. Now, I get lots of chance to escape in my meditations momentarily, to go back up and visit that higher place. You see, we can always do this. We can always get out in nature and really be in that nature and be in the moment and have that little mini escape. That's very important for everyone, and particularly for light workers, light warriors, or anyone who's bringing the light, so to speak, whether they know it or not, by the way. It doesn't matter whether you know it or not. Just those people that are lighting up the world, like Dimash. Definitely, clearly, right? You know them. So if you're one of those people, whether you know that you're like a light worker, light warrior, doesn't matter, but you're the one I'm talking about, okay? And you need to get that. You need to get that sort of, we won't even call it escape. We're going to call it respite. You need to get that respite out in nature, doing meditations, beautiful solfeggio music to uplift you. Get all of that. Get that connection to the divine, however you do that. It's very, very important as a respite and as to feed your soul, so to speak. So that is really literally this desire to escape and be free is about our yearning to be in the fifth dimension. Whether we know it or whether we don't either be in it or be closer to it or closer to that frequency and vibration. That's what that is. Isn't that interesting? I bet you never realized that. I bet you never realized there's something very, very holy in you wishing to break free of any chains that bind you and disallow anyone to bind you and just be in a space that uplifts you. There's something very holy in that. And this is what it is, because it's getting us closer and closer to fifth dimension and to the Creator himself. That's the path to it. That's why that's holy. Okay, beloved ones, I'm going to send you that beautiful fifth dimensional energy, the love, the peace, the joy, the bliss, the fun, the play, the ease. And I'm wishing for you that your new year be the most joyful, high vibrational one ever. Here it comes now. Namaste. I honor the God in you.